my dear students. Today our lesson is about modals and we will start with can and can't. Can is the affirmative form and can't is the negative form. Now when we talk about can, we have here two uses for the word can. The first one is the ability or the possibility, which means I have the ability to do something or it is possible for me to do something. So when I say I can swim, it means I have the ability to swim. When I say I can speak Arabic, so I have the ability to speak what? Arabic. But the other one is the permission. So it means you are allowed to do something. So when I say, may I use your pen? You say, yeah, you can use my pen, which means you are allowed to use it. So can here means what? Permission. So we have number one, the ability or the possibility, الإمكانية, and number two is permission, الإذن. Good. Now, when we talk about can, it's not the main verb. It is a helping verb. So we need what? We need the main verb after can or can't, which is a base form verb. Okay. So we need it to be base form. So you can say he can speak, but you cannot say he can speaks. So we don't have what? The S. It is base form. Or you cannot put what? The to before the main verb. You can't say he can to speak. No, this is wrong. Okay. So it should be can plus what? Plus the base form. Or can't plus the base form. Now, when we talk about affirmative, المثبت, I don't care whether the subject is singular or plural. So can goes with what? With everything. So you can say I can, you can, he can. So can goes with all types of subjects, whether it is singular or plural, pronoun or a noun. And the same thing is for the negative form. But instead of can, you will say what? I can't. So I can speak English, but I can't speak what? French. Now, the same thing here. We have what? The plural type. Here we have you. You is not a singular one. But here he means what? You know, you as anta or anti. But we say always that you is what? Is a plural pronoun. And we deal with you, whether it is for one person or two or more, as what? As a plural pronoun. Okay? So we don't put it where with the singular part. Now, when we talk about the questions, it's easy. Just take the helping verb, put it before the subject, and you will get what? You will get the interrogative or the question form. So they can speak Spanish. Put can before the subject. It will be what? Can they speak Spanish? And you will get what? The yes no question. And the answer would be what? Yes, they can, or no, they can't. And please take care of the short form and the long form. Can't is the short form. Cannot is what is the long form. Okay? Now, let's move on to another thing. Here we have can't, the negative form, which means what? I need the meaning of this word. So we talked about in the previous one, we talked about what? We talked about the meaning of can, and we call it what? We call it function. الوظيفة اللغوية. So the function, الوظيفة, the meaning, ability or permission. But what about can't? Can't means what? Means prohibition or prohibition, which means المنع. You are not allowed to do something, which is equal to what? To mustn't. Okay? So when we talk about can't, it gives us the same meaning as what? As mustn't, which means you are not allowed to do something. You are prohibited. انت ممنوع محرم عليك فعل شيء. Done? So when I say you can't smoke inside the building, which means what? You mustn't smoke inside the building. Done? Now, In the student book, page 51, you have exercise number 2, and you have here ice driving in Antarctica is becoming very popular. You do it if you are not well-trained diver. So, can you imagine that you can dive in Antarctica without being able to do that? You don't have the ability to do that. So, you can't. You are not allowed because you don't have the ability to do that if you are not well trained. Now, once you are in the water, you can see completely different world. You can dive. Now, you are in the water, so you have the ability to do these things. Okay? You can dive, you can observe animals, you can catch fish. Okay? But here, number 5, however, because ice keeps moving, you can't be sure of your final destination. So you can't be sure. It means that you don't have the ability or the possibility to be 100% sure of something because the ice keeps moving. Now, if we move on now to another part of or another type of models. So we talked about can and can't. Now we're going to talk about what have to or don't have to. هلا, just to wrap up, when we talk about can or can't, can, it's just about what possibility or ability or permission. And can't means what prohibition. Now, when we talk about have to, we talk about what something else, something new, which is what obligation, اللي هو الإجبار, okay? Or something necessary, شيء ضروري. Now, when we talk about the word obligation, here, let's write the word obligation. I will tell you something about this word. When we talk about something you are obliged to do something. أنت مجبر على فعل شيء. Why? Because it is necessary. يعني maybe you will die if you don't do that. إذا ما عملت هذا الشيء أنت ممكن يعني will be in danger. بتكون بخطر. So it is necessary. It is obligatory. Or it is obligatory by law. By instructions. يعني بالقانون. Okay? في قانون أجبرني إني أعمله. Now, when we talk about have to, we have a sister for this word, which is what? Must. Okay? But there is a big difference between have to and must. Must comes from the speaker, the one who is in charge of something. يعني هو المسؤول. For example, I'm a teacher, so I will say you must do the homework, okay? Because I am the one who's responsible about you and about homework, okay? But if you want to say something, you are obliged to do it. يعني أنت مجبر إنك تعمله, but you are not the one who said so, okay? يعني أنت بس متلقي. You are the receiver of the instruction. So you have to say what? Have to. In Arabic again. Have to و must. التنتين عن الobligation, عن الإجبار. لكن إذا إجت اللي هو الإجبار أو الأوامر أو القوانين من صاحب السلطة مستخدم مين؟ must. لكن إذا أنا كنت المنفذ فقط والمتلقي للأوامر مستخدم مين؟ have to. Okay? So, have to, something you need to do it following what? Following the rule. We said, for example, when I say you have to go to school. هلا, your mother is not the minister. هي مش الوزير انه عشان يحكي لك مثلا انه لازم تروح على المدرسة. هو بس بنقول لك مين اللي هي الأوامر. ممكن أنا أحكي I have to go to school بس مش أنا صاحب مين اللي هي الأوامر أو القوانين. Okay? They have to clean the house. He has to see the doctor. Now, look at the pronoun here. When it is singular, we use what? Has to. When it is plural, we use what? Have to. So it depends on what? On the subject, whether it is singular or plural. Please take care of this thing. Now, after have to and has to we have what اللي the verb base form بيكون مجرد. Good. Now when we make it negative هلا هون كان معناها ايش؟ انت مجبر على فعل شيء. don't have to means انت مخير. اوكي؟ فعكس انه انت غصب عنك بدك تعمل شيء انت مجبر، عكسها شو؟ انه انت مخير. so it is not necessary, it is not obligatory، مش ضروري. هلا whether you do it or you don't do it it's up to you. مثلا واحد بده يروح على المدرسة يوم الجمعة، هلا you don't have to go to a school اللي هي on Fridays، بس لو رحت على يوم الجمعة على المدرسة ما حدش رح يحكي لك لا، لأنك رح تلاقيها شو؟ closed، مسكرة، صح؟ هلا نفس الشيء أنا عندي singular plural فرح نستخدم don't have to لا اللي هي plural، doesn't have to لا singular، and the verb again is what is base form. So again have to means you are obliged to do something، أنت مجبر على فعل شيء. so it is necessary، it's a must، يعني ضروري جدا تعمله. لكن إيش حكينا؟ اللي هي أنت مش صاحب القرار، أنت متلقي للقرار. هلا لو كنت صاحب القرار بستخدم مين؟ must. don't have to أنت مخير، you have the choice to do something or اللي هي not to do it. okay. هلا next we have what اللي هي the difference between must and have to. again we said that must the speaker thinks it's necessary. so I am the speaker, I am your teacher, I think that you must what? You must do your homework. okay. so I am the person who is in charge of the laws or the instructions or the rules. أنا صاحب القوانين أو التعليمات. okay. فبحكي لك you must complete the essay by Friday. إذا ما عملت الessay by Friday ممكن إنه إيش؟ إنه you fail، ترسب مثلا. هلا student رح ينقل الفكرة نفسها بس ما رح يحكي must، رح يحكي إيش؟ we have to، لأنه مش هو صاحب القرار، مش هو اللي اتخذ القرار. so he will say we have to complete the essay by Friday. so have to it is what others think, okay, or what other person thinks it is necessary for you. so this is why we call it what? external obligation، اللي هو إجبار خارجي، يعني مش أنا أجبرت نفسي، هو إجبار جايني من الخارج، بعكس مين؟ اللي هي personal opinion، أنا اللي أصدرت القرار. so the teacher has given us اللي هي the obligation or the instructions or the rule. so this is why we say what? we have to, not what? must. just to wrap up again, today we studied can, can't, must, and have to. okay. and we have here the word mustn't. okay. and here we have don't have to or doesn't have to. okay. now I want you to take care of this thing. now can, the opposite of can is can't or mustn't. okay. mustn't, the opposite of mustn't is not of must is not mustn't. كثير ناس بخلطوا بيفكروا انه نفي must هو mustn't، وهذا شيء خاطئ. نفي must شيء ثاني، بدرس ثاني ان شاء الله بخبركم عنه. لكن must معناها اجبار. كيف بده يكون عكس الاجبار؟ المنع. لا، انا مجبر على شيء، انا غير مجبر على شيء. في شيء بيشبه هاي رح ناخده ان شاء الله لقدام، بس المهم انها must مش نفيها mustn't. mustn't هي نفي لمين؟ نفي لكانت، او نفس كلمة can't، فهي نفي لمين؟ لا كان. اوكي. هلا انا عندي هدول بجزء وهدول بجزء، can وcan't وmustn't معناهم اللي هي obligation اللي هي possibility أو lack of possibility، يعني أنا ممكن مش ممكن أو ممنوع، سميناها prohibition اللي هو المنع أو التحريم. الجزء هذا خاص بمين؟ خاص بالobligation اللي هو في الإجبار. أوكي. إذا كانت عندي must فأنت مجبر وأنا صاحب القرار. إذا كانت عندي have to أنا مجبر بس أنا بنفذ القرار. إذا كانت عندي don't have to بتكون إيش؟ إنه أنا مالني مخير. بتمنى يكون الدرس واضح. إن شاء الله بشوفكم في الدرس القادم.